Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Grandpa Birch here. Are you ready for another story time? I think I have one for you. It's Creepy Pair of Underwear by Aaron Reynolds and pictures by Peter Brown. The Creepy Pair of Underwear. Here we go. The Creepy Pair of Underwear. Yikes. Oh, look at all the underwear. Jasper Rabbit needed some new underwear. On Thursday, Mom took him to the underwear store and grabbed the last 3 packages of plain white. But as they headed for the checkout, Jasper spotted them. Uh, Creepy underwear! So creepy! So comfy! Mom, can we get these? Jasper pleaded. I think that they're a little too creepy, Mom said. They're not creepy. They're cool, said Jasper. I'm not a little bunny anymore. I'm a big rabbit now. Mom agreed to buy one pair. Just one. That night, Jasper wore his cool new underwear to bed. Yee! Do you want me to leave the hallway light on? Asked Dad. Dad, I'm not a little bunny anymore, said Jasper. I'm a big rabbit now. His dad shut the door, and that's when Jasper noticed. The underwear glowed. A ghoulish, greenish glow. His underwear was glowing. Oh no! He closed his eyes. He pulled up the covers. Ooh! He buried his face in his pillow. But it didn't help. He could still see that the ghoulish, greenish glow. Jasper leaped out of bed and put on a pair of plain white. He stuffed the creepy underwear into the bottom of his laundry hamper. He finally fell asleep. But when he got up in the next day, he was wearing the creepy underwear. Eee! Jasper threw him in the garbage can. He was still a big rabbit. He wasn't scared or anything. But he was done with scary underwear. After school, Jasper was doing his homework when he heard it. A scratchy scraping sound coming from his dresser. He opened the drawers and they were back. The creepy underwear was back, staring at him with that ghoulish, greenish glow. Oh no. He snatched the creepy underwear out of the drawer. He grabbed a big envelope and some stamps. To China, no returns. Bye-bye, scary underwear, he said, dropping the package in the mailbox. To China. When he opened the front door the next morning, there they were. And were those chopsticks? His creepy pair of underwear had somehow returned from China, and it had brought back souvenirs. There was a panda, chopsticks, a, a fan. Jasper grabbed his mom's good sewing scissors. She didn't like him using them, but this was an underwear emergency. This time, the creepy underwear were gone for good. He cut them all up. At bedtime, he slowly opened his underwear drawer. Nothing but plain white undies. He searched under his bed. Not there. He shook out his lampshades. There was no sign of creepy underwear. He went into the bathroom to comb his ears. They were back! What's the matter with you? His mom asked. You're so jittery lately. Nothing, he yelped. A grown rabbit couldn't be terrified of his underpants. He seized the underwear. He snagged the shovel from the garage, and he rode. With his bicycle, he rode. He didn't stop pedaling until he reached Creek Hanger Hill. Up on top of the hill, Jasper began to dig. He dug until his hole was dark and deep and 100% underwear proof. Then he dropped the underwear in. They gleamed from the bottom, that ghoulish, greenish glow. But not for long. He filled up the hole. When he got home, Jasper crept into his dresser. They couldn't be in there. There was no way, right? He reached for the handle. He peeked in, just plain white tighties. Jasper smiled and turned out the light. Is that the end? There was just one problem. It was really dark in there, even for a big rabbit. Jasper turned on the light, and he looked at his non-glowy pair of... Oops. Jasper turned out the light, and he looked at his non-glowy pair of plain white, and he knew what he had to do. So he went back to that hill, and he dug out his creepy underwear. The creepy underwear were a little muddy, but they were still filled. They still filled the room with that gentle greenish glow. The next day, Jasper gathered all his allowance money and went to the underwear store all by himself, just like a big rabbit. That night, Jasper wasn't scared at all. As he lay down to sleep, he smiled. And so did his underwear, because they had finally found somebody who wasn't scared. Woo! He hung them all around. They weren't scared of creepy underwear. Look at all the faces. There's some asleep, and some smiling, and some grinning, and some, ooh, look at that. Oh, they're all different. Oh, to all the terrific kids at the elementary school in Winchester, Virginia, especially the one kid who asked for a story about scary underpants. Ha ha. There we go. What did you think about the creepy pair of underwear? All right, bye for now. And remember, Grandpa Birch thinks you're special. Ooh.